Hello. How we doing? Welcome in. It is Pre-3, Season 7, Week 4. How is everybody's Sonic the Farters going? I just got mine done a couple days ago, and I'll tell you, that was not a good time. And I know Quantum is about to start his, so when we're done here, we'll probably raid into him. But, before we do that, let's take a look at the game of the week. Die Hard Trilogy for the PSX, PS1. Oh, by the way, Kylo's not here today. He is visiting family, actually. And I couldn't get any of the other guys to show up, so it's just me today. But who cares? I am locked and loaded for Die Hard Trilogy, and I'm actually kind of excited for this game. I have played bits and pieces of it. My cousin owned it, and when I'd go over to his place and play games, I would just kind of dick around a little bit with the game, but not really take it seriously. And then I would shut it off and play Final Fantasy VII. But I do remember in Die Hard 3, because you can pick any of the 3 games to play. In Die Hard 3, you are in, I think, a taxi cab, and it's like a first-person driver, and you're driving around. I think you're trying to defuse bombs or some shit. But if you run over pedestrians, your windshield just gets covered in blood, and then he just turns on the little windshield wipers and whip, whoop, whip, whoop, wipes the blood off. And I remember that. I remember that being the funniest fucking thing. Like, oh my god, they programmed windshield wipers. I'm losing my shit. Those were the early days. Anyway, enough talking about vehicular homicide. Let's go to the rules page here. Season 7, submitted by Kramit. Due in not this Monday, but next Monday, or not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. What's better than one licensed game? How about 3 licensed games in one package with different game styles made by the B team of Probe Entertainment and developed for a gimmicky peripheral? This game was developed for PlayStation, Saturn, and PC, drawing obvious inspiration from several popular and likely better made titles. Will you be able to conquer this collection of knockoffs in time for Christmas? Intro. Die Hard is a very traditional third-person shooter where you fight terrorists and rescue hostages. Die Hard 2 is an on-rails shooter where you have to take out the terrorists and feels a lot like Virtua Cop, except we won't be using the light gun. Die Hard with a Vengeance is a driving game where you have to find and defuse several bombs and has been compared to games like Twisted Metal or Crazy Taxi. So I'm guessing that Die Hard 2 with the light gun I'm guessing there's a controller version that we can do where we probably have like a crosshair we can move around with a D-pad. I'm sure we'll find out in the manual, but that's kind of my premonition here. Rules. Oh, whoops. I grabbed the wrong image. Please let me drive. Welcome in, Quantum. Rules. The version is we're playing the PAL version of the PS1 game this time to make sure that we have the soundtrack and to help slow down in Die Hard 2. Your progress is measured as percentage complete of all 3 games combined over time. Your time limit is 5 hours. Time starts when you select new game on the first of 3 you're playing. Only pauses if you need a break and ends when all 3 games are finished. As you beat levels, the main menu for selecting games will show your percentage completed, so that's how you're going to tally up your points. 1 percentage for each game combined together to perform a number out over 300. There's no autosave, there's no credit system. What lives you have is it. A manual save can be done on any level. It is hidden in options. This doesn't save per level progress, but to the level you are on. I don't quite understand what that means. Some of the games are considered easier than others. No hints from us, you find out firsthand. If the 5 hours is up, save immediately, quit out, and write down your percentages. In Die Hard 1, there is a glitch involving reloading your pistol as you enter an elevator. This increases your max bullets and is banned. Be wary as this is very easy to do. I believe the discussion around this is if it accidentally happens once, you're probably not going to be, people aren't going to be too hard on you, but don't be doing it multiple times or you'll get penalized. If it's easy to do, it's understandable if someone's going to goof up. But just don't let it happen and it won't be a problem. Let's take a peek at the manual. Die Hard Trilogy. 3 maximum adventures, 1 explosive package. Quantum Player 1. See what I did there? Probe excelled themselves with Die Hard Trilogy. Consult a spreadsheet for me, Quantum. What games has Probe done? I don't know them. Gosh, I'm feeling a little nasally today. 1 and 2 are epic, and 3 is okay. Okay. Fantastic Four and Alien Trilogy. Not, now, my memory may be fuzzy, but I don't believe those 2 games ranked very highly, did they? So... Right, yeah, pedigree, exactly. Oh, hey, Kramit, now that you're here, welcome in, by the way. Let's go back to the rules. Can you help me understand one of these rules for me? Specifically this. So, obviously you can do a manual save on any level in the options. It doesn't save per level progress, but to the level you are on. Can you clarify that? I don't quite understand what that's saying. It doesn't save your exact location or progress. Oh, so it'll like save you. Like if you were to quit the game and come back, it would take you back to the beginning of that level that you've reached. Just allows you to load the level from the start. Okay, yep. Cool. That's good to know. Thank you. Alright, back to the manual. Please read before using this game or allowing your children to use it. Oh, yeah. Don't play this game if you get seizures. Alright, so we got a lot of manual to go through here. They're intelligent, highly trained, and they kill without remorse. They're a team of vicious international terrorists, and unless their demands are met, hundreds of innocent lives will be lost. Hostages have been taken. Explosive set. Now, from the glass and steel labyrinth of the Nakatomi Plaza high rise to the crowded terminals of Washington Dole Airport to the mean streets of New York City, timers tick down the seconds until the bombs detonate, creating an inferno of twisted wreckage and mangled bodies. I also don't know if it saves with your current health or lives, so might require some testing, min-maxing. Ah, gotcha. Who knows? If you just play your 5 hours through, it won't be a problem. The situation looks hopeless, except for one factor the terrorists never planned on. Detective John McClane, a cop with the determination of a pit bull and the bad habit of always being in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's up to you to help McClane wipe out the terrorists, find and free the hostages, and defuse the bombs before it's too late. You'll need brains, skill, and a little help from some of the most deadly weapons a cold-blooded terrorist or hero cop ever laid hands on. Not to mention the guts to take on impossible odds and come out on top. Or die trying. Alright, so we know these are the buttons of the PS1 controller. When the game begins, you'll see icons representing the different games. Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and Die Hard with a Vengeance. Press the left and right directional button on your controller until the icon you want is in front of the screen. Okay. So right off the bat, it lets you pick which game you want. Press start to load the game up. Select to display the main options. Press the start button to pause the game at any time. Up or down directional buttons to change the memory card slot. Yep. So we got language, music, sound effects, and memory card options. Yeah, we know how to use the memory card. Get to the game stuff. Displays all high scores for each game. Okay, yeah, cool. Hardest score, blood. Ooh, you can change the level of gore in the game. Goro. Make sure to maximize that blood. Love the occasional super wonky scan. Yeah, it's a little off here, but that's alright. Alright, Nakatomi Plaza, the objective. So this is Die Hard 1. You are in the parking garage of Nakatomi Plaza, a Los Angeles skyscraper wired to explode. Above you, there are 19 more floors crawling with terrorists. You're out to steal millions in negotiable bonds held in the Nakatomi Corporation safe, and they won't hesitate to kill hundreds of hostages in the process. Now you've got to fight your way up, floor by floor, to the rooftop, searching hallways, office suites, the grand ballroom, even floors under construction, killing all the terrorists and rescuing as many hostages as possible along the way. Oh my god, JC, a bomb! Bomb! Welcome in, Stripes. One more thing. Once you kill the last terrorist on each floor, a bomb is activated. It will appear on your map as a flashing dot. Get to it in time and you'll automatically move to the next floor. Don't, and Nakatomi Plaza will be obliterated. So get ready. John McClane is about to begin what could be the wildest or the last Christmas of his life. Alright, so there's your goal, is to take out all the terrorists and rescue as many hostages as possible on the floor. And once you've got the last one, go take out the bomb. So, in Die Hard 1, your controls are jump with triangle, circles to change grenades, so apparently you get different grenades. Terrorists will blow themselves up just because you won that floor. Oh yeah, that makes sense. You know, if I can't win, nobody can win. X button is fire your primary weapon, square button to throw your grenade, okay. L or R1 is to sidestep left and right. L2, R2 is to roll left to right, okay. Alright, so what I'm seeing here is you can change your grenade, but you can't change your primary weapon. At least that's the way it looks. Move with the direction pad, start to pause, select to change your map zoom. And to free a hostage, walk up and touch them. They'll find their own way out. Oh, that's nice. The terrorist just like, oh well, John got to him. We can't. He's immune. He has immunity. Note that hostages can still be killed if their path takes them into the crossfire. Oh, okay. So they're just like, all right, yeah. Don't duck or anything. Just walk right into the bullets. Alright, Alright, so here's our screen. We've got our health here. Our secondary weapon is apparently between the health and the score. There's the score. Primary weapon is right here. Okay, yes, that's probably this little icon right here. Hostages killed over rescued. Okay. Terrorists alive on this level. Okay. So we have terrorist gun sight right here. John McClane here. Your radar's down here. Secondary here means grenade. Yeah, I kind of wondered. Weird that the secondary would be on the left. You would think it'd go primary and then secondary. Terrorist gun sight. When you see McClane here, right here, it means a terrorist is targeting him. The red arrow shows the direction of his attack. End of level bomb LED. Appears when the final terrorist on each level has been killed. Get to it before the LED reaches 0, or you and Nakatomi Plaza will be vaporized. Radar screen. Radar screen will show you a map of the level with the following information. Blue is hostage, yellow is a pickup, red is terrorist, and flashing red is the end of level bomb. When the game begins, McClane carries only his police issue 15-shot automatic. Hey, he came to Nakatomi Plaza to visit his wife, not take on an army. This is his default weapon. It has an infinite supply of ammunition, but after 15 shots you must fire once more. That click means your magazine is empty before the pistol automatically reloads. Okay. Oh yeah, you know what? That actually makes me realize there was no reload button. So you just have to expend all your bullets. There are more powerful weapons and explosives in the form of pickups, dropped by dead terrorists or hidden around the levels. Walking over a weapon adds it to your arsenal. McClane keeps only his pistol and the last weapon he collected. He simply cannot weigh himself down with too many weapons. Grenades and other explosives in your arsenal may be selected before use. Okay, so basically when you pick up a better weapon, he uses that until it's all gone, then goes back to his pistol. Okay, good to know. Pistol, McClane's default weapon. Reloads automatically after each 15-shot clip is fired empty. Shotgun, a powerful weapon. Reload is slow. Shotgun with explosive shells. Assault rifle, very deadly with high power 7.62mm bullets. M60 machine gun, belt-fed machine gun, very powerful. MP5 submachine gun, small handheld weapon firing 9mm ammunition. Grenades. Explosion is capable of killing multiple terrorists, breaking glass, knocking down doors and partitions. Smoke grenade will disorient terrorists and obscure their vision long enough to cover an attack or evasive action. Flashbang grenade. Stuns any terrorist within range of the grenade for a short period of time. Okay. Pickups. How can you fight terrorists if you're wounded, bloody, or in need of a hot dog? I can't fight terror today. I need a hot dog. Keep your eyes open for pickups. They may be in the open, dropped by terrorists, or found in boxes. In the later stages of the game, McClane will be given opportunities to collect extra lives by saving hostages from execution. I need that dog in me. Gotta go to Costco, get the $1.50 dog and drink. Cola, drinks, hot dogs, etc. Items help replenish McClane's health level. Oh, I just got this bullet wound. Let me just stuff a hot dog in it. All better. First aid pack, a larger health boost. Medical kit, can take care of major damage. Bulletproof vest, provides good protection while it lasts. Levels. Enter the building from the dark, dangerous underground garage and try to make it through reception. Battle through terrorist-filled offices to the machinery-filled maintenance levels. Crash the party in the ballroom or meander through temporary partitions on the construction levels. Hide in the boardroom of the executive level or root out the hostages in the vault. Wind your way through Nakatomi Plaza until you reach the computer levels. Treacherous with broken glass scattered everywhere. Home to the strangest, most heavily armed bosses, surrounded by their henchmen. If you've been good and rescued the hostages, you'll earn a bonus trip to the rooftop. Here, whilst picking off snipers and escorting the hostages to the escape chopper, you can gain numerous rewards if you can find them before the last hostage escapes. Yippee-ki-yay. Bonus screen. You've killed the terrorists, faced the bosses, saved some hostages, and made it to the elevator before the level bomb exploded. Here's where you relax and get your reward. Till the elevator doors open on the next level, that is. Yippee-ki-yay. Okay. And that's all there is for Die Hard 1. Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Washington/Dulles Airport, the objective. If you're New York cop John McClane, there's got to be one thing you're asking yourself as you arrive at Washington Dulles Airport to pick up your wife. Why does this always happen to me? The place is crawling with terrorists. They've come to rescue a South American dictator and drug kingpin who's been flown to the U.S. to stand trial, and you walked into the middle of the plot. You see all the action through McClane's eyes as he races through the terminal annihilating terrorists, hopefully not civilians and hostages. From the concourse to the new annex, from the runway to the surrounding countryside, on foot, by snowmobile, even by helicopter. The chase continues with rapid-fire speed until you bring down the terrorist escape plane. Controls. The program will control McClane's movement through the game, scrolling from one area to the next, starting, stopping, or moving continuously as needed. You control McClane's weapons, aiming, firing, and throwing explosives. Aim by moving the crosshair on the screen with directional buttons. The auto zoom will zoom in on the view in the crosshair for more accurate timing. Remember, when the action extends past the edges of the screen, an arrow on the outer edge of the crosshair will point to terrorists lurking just out of sight. Moving the crosshair to the edge of the screen will cause McClane to turn his head and bring this area into view. Alright. So it's not quite like Time Crisis where everything's happening on the screen. You will have to maneuver your screen around, or your field of vision around, or you can be shot off screen. Alright. Circle is to throw grenade. X to fire weapon. Square to fire rocket. L1 or R1. Virtua Cop. That is a game, yes. Move crosshair using manual speed. See options. L2 or R2 to reload. Reload. Directional button to move, look, or aim your crosshair. Start button to pause game / options to pick up a weapon or an object. Position item in the crosshair and shoot once. Okay, yep. Mouse is banned. Alright, so we're not doing mouse. This is shut up. And I guess also we're also not doing gun. So just use the D-pad. On-screen information: rockets, grenades, score, red target circle, ammo clip, crosshair, and lives. Because gun is mouse on emulator, yes. Yeah. Yep. Blue target circle highlights any person on screen who has a gun. Red target circle means you've been targeted by a terrorist. The outer arrow shows the direction of the threat. When the two arrows on the target line up, the enemy will shoot. If more than one enemy is on screen, the red target circle highlights the one who will shoot first. If you're hit, the screen blurs momentarily. Weapons. If you've been to the airport lately, you know how tense security gets when you walk in with lots of heavy weapons, which is why when the game begins, McClane carries only his police issue 15-shot automatic. He may find a second pistol, in which case he will carry both at once, doubling his firepower. These are his default weapons. They have an infinite supply of ammunition, but when empty, you must push reload for a fresh clip. Okay. There are more powerful weapons and explosives in the form of pickups dropped by dead terrorists or hidden around the levels. Fire a weapon to pick it up. When a weapon runs out of ammo or McClane picks up a new weapon, the old one is dropped, with the exception of the pistols. However, if a player is given a weapon as a good cop bonus, he will default to this weapon from then on. Okay. I'm guessing good cop bonus must be don't shoot any good person? AK-47 machine gun. RPG rocket creates a huge radius of destruction. Love that. Frag grenade creates a smaller radius of destruction than the rocket. Information on the following high-powered weapons: the pistol, 12-gauge, shotgun, and MP5 submachine gun can be found in the Die Hard weapons list. Okay. Pickups. Every hit McClane takes weakens him, so watch for pickups that may be in view, hidden, or dropped when a terrorist dies. Grab pickups by lining them up in the crosshair and shooting them once. Health can take care of major damage. Levels. The onslaught begins your arrival at Dulles Airport's main terminal. Terrorists besiege you from all sides as you blast your way to the terminal's new wing, still under construction, into the cold, damp tunnel that runs beneath the runway. After a long battle around the jet, you battle your way into the plane interior until you reach the cockpit. If you manage to escape alive, you parachute into the church and its surrounding woods. Make it out of this unholy terror, and you'll find yourself engaged in the high-speed snowmobile chase. Slaughter the cold-blooded terrorists as you slalom through the blinding snow, and you're ready to board a chopper. Your final mission, plane intercept. If you thought the snowmobile was a rough ride, just wait until you're trying to target the 4 jet engines in buffeting winds at 12,000 feet. Bonus screen. If McLean flies the unfriendly skies successfully, here's where you'll see the results. Bonus points are awarded for number of terrorists killed to hostages saved and remaining health. Okay, so that's Die Hard 2. Die Hard with a Vengeance. New York City, the objective. New York, New York. If you can make it here, you'll make it anywhere. And if you can't, half of Manhattan will disappear in a blinding flash. This time, it's a gang of terrorists led by the twisted genius Simon. They've stashed bombs throughout the city to cover a multi-billion-dollar heist. And Simon says John McClane is the only one who can defuse them. The clock is ticking. It's a test of your nerves and your driving skills as you and your reluctant partner Zeus seek out and commandeer more than 15 different vehicles, stomp the pedal down, and go. Blaze through the traffic-choked streets of Chinatown in a high-powered sports car. Scatter some skaters in Central Park in a dump truck. Grab a cab and drive it right into the subway system. Whatever you do, you've got to get to the next bomb and run it over before it detonates. Then outrun the terrorists before they escape. Okay. So up is to move forward slowly. Down is to reverse. Left and right or left and right. Triangle cycle through views. X to accelerate. Square to brake. Circle to turbo. L2 to handbrake left. R2 to handbrake right. L1, R1 to horn. And start to pause the game. You can swap vehicles in any specially marked parking lot. Once you pull in, the change is made automatically and game control returns to you. I don't think it's going to land on any game right now, Acolyte. I think that's later in the week. So we have bomb direction indicator in red, a compass, score, parking lot indicator blue, time to detonation in the bottom left, and then turbos in the bottom right. I wonder if every vehicle gets turbos. Follow the red arrow on the compass to the nearest bomb. I'm just thinking like the dump truck getting a turbo. Follow the blue arrow on the compass to the nearest parking lot to change cars. Depending on the view you choose, you'll either be looking out the windshield from McClane's point of view or trailing slightly above and behind your vehicle. Bombs are indicated by a red target. Drive over to defuse it. You will have to hit the bomb car a few times to destroy it. Okay, so some of the bombs are in cars. The clock enlarges to full screen as time runs down to the last 5 seconds. In sections of the game when you're pursuing a terrorist vehicle through the subway, a scanner will appear mapping your position. Vehicles. McClane starts out driving a taxi. As the game progresses, you'll have the chance to try out dozens of other vehicles. Each offers different handling, speed, acceleration, braking, weight, and skid capabilities. A skillful driver can learn to execute some incredible stunt maneuvers. Pickups. You can pick up time to give more time and a better chance to reach the next bomb. Turbo to activate with circle button. Launch. Drive over these mini bombs to catch some air. Okay, just, whatever. Little IEDs laying around. Yeah, we'll just ramp it. Points for extra points. EMS summons an ambulance. Perfect when you're stuck in heavy traffic. Oh, that's useful. Nitro gives a vehicle an extra surge of power, different from turbo. Levels. Peel out of Harlem, past that famous New York landmark, piles of garbage bags on the sidewalk, yeah, and get on the subway system with its dark maze of tunnels. Look out for oncoming trains. Get off in Central Park and turn on Central Park Drive, where you'll quickly see if an 18-wheeler makes a good off-road vehicle. Make it past the traffic lights of West Side Highway, and it's welcome to Chinatown. The The one-way streets are clogged with pedestrians and market stalls, but you can always use the sidewalks. Challenge your driving skills in the financial district as you race through Wall Street's rush hour. When you hit the aqueduct, an enclosed tunnel brings you face to face with the city's most numerous residents, rats. Watch for workmen and jutting pipes until you're on the waterfront. Survive this dockside obstacle course and it's the finale, a white-knuckle chase with Mad Simon himself. Bonus screen. You drove at top speed through Manhattan, ignoring traffic lights, pedestrians, and public property. You raced down dark subway tunnels, insanely ignoring the threat of oncoming trains. Either you're a New York cabbie who just finished an average day's work, or you successfully completed a level of Die Hard with a Vengeance, and you're ready for your bonus points. Points are added for safety margin, citizens saved, car damage, and time remaining. And that is the end of the book. Woo! 3 action-packed games, and I gotta say, all 3 of them actually sound like a lot of fun. So I'm excited for this one. I think this one's gonna be a blast. To actually like give it a real serious shot and not just dick around until I'm bored with it. But with a vengeance. Take a peek at the setup here. Now I did grab the wrong image here. I grabbed the US one, but we're going to be playing the PAL one, so you know, replace the US flag there with the EU flag. Regardless though, duckstation.org to grab DuckStation. Once you get your ROM, then all you have to do is system and start file. It's that easy. Hesitant, but probably try it. Stormy, you gotta at least go into Die Hard 3 and run some people over and then laugh. I don't know why, but it tickles me so much. Anywho, yeah, that's it for Pre-3 this week. Should be back next week at the same time. Kylo optional, not sure what his schedule is next week. I usually check with him on Thursday or Friday and see what he's up to. But I'll be here. And maybe Garlips, if I can get him to show up someday. I asked if he could come today, but he said he was busy. Oh well. Maybe someday we'll have Garlips Pre-3. Otherwise, that's it for me today. Best of luck to everybody in Die Hard, as well as Sonic the Farters. And yeah, hope the rest of you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Catch you next week. I'm going to raid into Quantum because I saw he just started. So, best of luck, everyone. Toodaloo. Have fun.